Director's Reflections for November 5th of 2023. News on brown paper. Typing news into brown covers, front and back, because the sheets of bond paper had run out was something recurring in the news program Informativo Nacional on Radio ABC. The diligent reporter Pedro Eusebio Suarez was in charge of obtaining them in some grocery stores neighboring the station to have them in reserve when the clean sheets ran out in the editorial room. He also made every effort not to throw away the press releases that arrived at the press room and save them to use the backs of them in news writing when we had a shortage. The use of brown paper consumed a lot of ink from the clipper rolls, so sometimes the letters were not easy to read for the staff announcers who fortunately for us then shone like true radio icons. I'm talking about Juan Nova Ramirez, Freddie Ortiz, Victor Tio, Eddie Garcia, and Orlando Ortiz, who were the regular voices of this newscast, founded back in 1971 by a master of communication, Salvador Pitaluga Nivar. Despite the lack of inputs, the news program managed to compete against the most powerful of the moment, Radio Comercial, Radio Mil, and Radio Cristal, thanks to a true human machinery to make news. There we were under the direction of Luis José Chávez, the journalist Mario Mendoza, Freddy Sandoval, Ramón Calcaño, Sports, Danilo Rodríguez, Julio César Contreras, and myself. Two excellent writers of satirical and humorous journalism, Francisco Álvarez Castellanos and Mario Emilio Perez, prepare fun capsules that gave the news program excellent engagement with the audience. For Mendoza and I, it was a part-time or picoteito job, since we both belonged to the listing staff and regularly had access to breaking news, so we often gave many informative scoops. Like that last-minute bomb in which we revealed surprising confessions of the fugitive guerrilla Toribio Peña Jaques, offered exclusively to the evening newspaper Última Hora, after the landing of Colonel Camaño at Playa Caracoles. Before the printed edition was on the streets, we already knew the content of the interview, which was produced by circumventing the gigantic military operation in search of them. That day, Última Hora sold more than 70,000 copies in the blink of an eye. A real news story. And of course, the audience of the national news skyrocketed while countless calls were received to find out more details. I want to highlight things in this story. First, the journalist has to break down borders to discover and get to the bottom of the news without giving in to the slightest interference or impossibility, even mental. And second, good journalism can always be done with 4 fingernails, even if resources are scarce, because what is important is the will, the passion, and the perseverance to seek out the news and spread it to serve society. It doesn't matter if we write it on bond paper or on an old brown paper cover that came from the grocery store with some oil stains. For Listín Diario, voiceover and translations by Indira Rodriguez.